What's up, guys? As you can see, maybe kind of hard to tell because I'm in a black shirt, but I'm in a sling. If you didn't see my previous video, I had a pretty gnarly surgery about 3 weeks ago now on my shoulder, my rotator cuff, and my labrum. So I did a slap tear on the labrum, I tore my infraspinatus, and I tore my supraspinatus in a big crash training for the national championships. For those of you who don't know, I actually race BMX professionally as my main job, and making videos is really just a huge passion of mine, of trying to just take everything that I'm learning and that I learn in hopes to put it out there and help other people learn who are going along a similar path. Anyways, getting back to it, I had this surgery, and the good news is I'm actually so far ahead of schedule as far as the healing process goes. And I believe that's because of all the things that I've been doing to make sure my body is just in the right position to heal. Not only my body, but my mind as well. I believe that doing the right things right after a surgery is the difference between this thing feeling really good in 6 months or it waiting till about 9 months to even a year to even start to feeling right. So I've been changing a lot of things, not necessarily changing a lot of things, but improving a lot of things in my life, and I believe it's making a huge difference. So in this video, I'm gonna give you guys about 7 of the top tips that's gonna help you heal faster from any big injury or surgery. And I just had a shoulder surgery, but all these tips are gonna work really well for almost any surgery or big injury. What's up, guys? I'm Will with thewillgrant.com. So the first and biggest tip I can help you guys to further along your healing process quicker is learn how to relax. I know this sounds a little bit crazy, but our bodies are usually in one of either two states. It's called a parasympathetic state or a sympathetic state. And all this pretty much means is our bodies are either resting and digesting or fight or flight working towards a stressor. So if you're stressing out or if you're worrying or anything like that, your body is not able to heal. It's too busy focusing on the line in front of us or the big stress or task at hand. So literally just being aware and conscious of where you are at mentally can help you turning from a sympathetic state to a parasympathetic state where our bodies and minds are able to heal. So the more you're able to relax your mind and relax your body, the better that our bodies are going to be in the better position to heal. A few tips that I can give you to learn how to relax or learn how to heal is, well, first of course is meditation. If you don't already meditate, I highly recommend starting and practicing. Going through a big injury is usually one of the best times to pick up a habit like this. But a quick little trick that I've learned to instantly put your body in a parasympathetic state or a rest and digest where your body can start healing, regenerating, and recovering is just this simple breathing technique. And you can go 5 to 8 seconds in, a 5 to 8 second pause, and then 5 to 8 seconds out. So anytime that you notice yourself feeling stressed or overwhelmed or just worrying about anything, it's so simple. Ready? And something as simple as that can instantly flip that switch to get your body and mind in that rest, digest, and regeneration state. Another huge thing that I've been doing almost every single day is I've been upping my meditation times. I've actually been doubling my meditation times and trying to double my rounds of breathing. And what I mean by rounds of breathing, if you guys aren't familiar with, is I do a lot of Wim Hof style breathing, where essentially you're just over-oxygenating your whole entire body, which is really good for healing. So you're over-oxygenating your whole entire body. I take about 30 to 50 of the deepest inhales I possibly can, and then let it out and hold. And that breath hold not only rebalances our physiology and our chemistry, but it's teaching us how to relax our body, and we're having to learn how to release the tension that we're holding on to. And that tension that we're holding in our body and really in our minds as well is what's holding us back or bringing that resistance from healing. So let that go and you're gonna heal a lot quicker and a lot better. So the second trick to helping your body heal faster is, you know I had to go over it, is actually gut health, or what you're nourishing your body. Most people don't relate healing or their mental performance or anything to their gut, but they're actually finding out so much awesome new information in the past 5 to 10 years about almost everything that we're doing is just involved in our gut. The healthier that our gut is, the healthier that our whole bodies are going to be. And our gut is made up of just millions or billions of tiny different little organisms and fungi, and this huge microbiome of life that's in our gut that are really the ones who are responsible for taking the nourishment in and feeding it to our bodies and helping us regenerate and heal. So we want to make sure that we're feeding the good bugs instead of the bad bugs. And the good bugs are gonna be from things like fruits and vegetables. Pretty simple and almost obvious. And what's gonna feed the bad bugs are things like processed food, sugar, unhealthy meats, just all of those things like that. So taking care of your gut and nourishing your body is one of the most important things you can do to just give your body that extra support to heal. So what I've specifically been doing to really make sure my body is healing as effectively as it can is every single morning I've been breaking my fast with what I call a super smoothie. And essentially what that is I try to take as much nourishment as I can source, put it in a blender, blend it up and drink it. I also want to make sure that I'm actually trying to chew that smoothie, because I actually just learned recently when you're chewing your smoothie, it activates the enzymes or something to ensure that your body can absorb those nutrients. And as far as what nutrients you put in there, just think about what is grown from the earth. And those are things like fruits or vegetables. And the more organic those fruits and vegetables are, the better they're going to be. The best case scenario is food that you actually grow in your yard. That's actually going to align your gut microbiome with the microbiome inside the soil. Our soils on the earth actually work very, very similar to our gut. So if you're able to grow some sort of food, or even just source some foods that is grown in your area, it's going to really feed and give you those strong microbiome inside your gut that's gonna really work overtime to healing your body. Another little trick that I like to do to help support my gut is every single morning I've actually been waking up and having some sort of apple cider vinegar drink with some minerals. So just waking up, filling up a glass of water about halfway full, putting a splash of apple cider vinegar and some Himalayan sea salt. And the Himalayan sea salt just gives your body some nice minerals to kind of wake up your system, and so does the apple cider vinegar. That gets all of those gut microbiomes woken up and activated and ready to start the day and start digesting and start healing. So that's just a little trick that's kind of like pouring gasoline on the fire, but in a good way of getting that gut microorganisms to really wake up, give them a supercharge to start working for you throughout the day. So the third tip, something that I kind of started to mention in the one before, is fasting. Fasting is like a super trick. I can't remember who it was, if it was like Aristotle or Socrates or Hippocrates, one of those guys who are just the godfather of Western medicine, say when you're sick and you're eating, you're actually feeding that sickness. And that's because our body does most of its healing and most of its work on an empty stomach. That's why they always are telling you when you're sleeping that, especially the last 6 hours of your sleeping is when you're getting most of your healing and regenerating done, because it usually spends the first couple hours digesting. And then after your body is done with digesting and you got an empty stomach, your body has all those extra energy and resources towards just cleaning house and regenerating and healing all of your cells. So the longer that you can fast, just go without eating, the more that your body is going to be able to heal itself. You can do a day fast, a 2-day fast, even a 3-day fast. I've personally done all the way up to 8 days, but for this injury and for this surgery, what I've been doing is getting about an 18 to, what is that, 6? Yeah, so like an 18 to 6 fast. So that means essentially I was stopping, I would have my last dinner or my last calories around 6:37, and then I would have my first calories of the day around 12 to 1. And that, again, just gives your body that extra overtime. Even if you can only make 12 hours, start there. So if you have your last calorie at 8, make sure you wait till past 8 in the morning to have your first calories. And the longer that you can push that is just that overtime your body's going to be putting in healing and regenerating all of your cells, your ligaments, your cartilage, all that good stuff. The next big step is going to be blood flow. Now, for example, me specifically, they have me in a sling because they do not want me to be using my shoulder in any way, because they tied up the ligaments here to connect from here to there, and it needs to regrow those fibers to connect. So I'm trying to not move it as much as I possibly can, but you also want blood flow. So it doesn't matter where that area is, if it's your shoulder or your knee, do some things that's not going to cause any strain, but work on that blood flow. They specifically told me to wait about 2 to 3 weeks before starting even physical therapy, because I just needed to sit still, and before that I just needed to open up my hands and get a little movement and make sure that I'm moving my arms in circles to make sure that my shoulder isn't going to lock up. So you can kind of do the same thing with your knee as well, by just moving your foot around, moving your ankle around, just anything that's going to get a little blood flow without causing strain, because remember, blood and oxygen heal. Blood is like the rivers that are bringing the nutrients to different places throughout your body. So anything that you can do with getting a little extra blood flow, and then when your doctor or surgeon says, start working that range of motion, because those are the first two most important things when you're coming back from a surgery and trying to recover and trying to rehabilitate, is getting that blood flow and getting that range of motion. So the next tip I'm going to give you guys is very, very important. And I believe that when we have something serious like this, like a big injury or a surgery or something that caused us to stop and break, that's a time where we need to stop and listen. Because I believe the universe is always giving us these signs and messages, and usually when something like this, it's a big message. So what has it been trying to tell you, and maybe you haven't been listening? Or make this I guess negative time into some sort of positive outlook by finding what you're meant to learn through this process. Because if you just push through this injury and don't change anything, most likely you're going to come back and be in the same situation later, maybe even a little bit more severe. So before you move forward, it really helps to, in that time of meditation, to spend time just listening to your body and trying to understand what this pain is trying to tell you, and maybe what you can learn from the situation of whatever that caused this injury to begin with. Because getting to the root cause is what's going to help us grow and evolve stronger later on, instead of just ending in the same spot. So for me specifically, I've been doing a lot of reflection on this, and I'm still figuring it out a little bit more every day. I believe now that I'm starting rehabilitation, I'm starting to really understand it. But I believe I was getting these signs before the injury that I needed to slow down and to pay attention to the things that were really important to me at the time, and not so much of my ego. I have some big projects that I've been working on that I was kind of not putting off, but not putting my best into, because I was so focused on pushing myself physically and into my athletic career. And although I still plan to accomplish great things in my athletic career, I believe that maybe the universe was trying to give me a huge sign of saying, hey, look, this is a priority, and I know I wasn't going to listen and stop in any way, unless I was forced to stop. And now I have all this free time to focus exactly on that project that I've been meaning to accomplish for the past year now. And I'll tell you more about that project maybe at the end of the video, or in a later video. Another little tip or trick that can be really, really important and is one of my favorite ways to help heal is just to get outside and breathe deep under some trees, getting in that fresh air. Remember, blood and oxygen heals, so the fresher air that you can go out and get, the better your whole system's going to function and the better it's going to be able to heal. And it's extra bonus points to get your hands and feet on the dirt in some way. So just sit on the ground, walk barefoot, and that's going to help ground us, and on top of that, kind of rebalance out our neurons and our electricity within our body. And that's going to just help rebalance us to help us be able to relax and heal much better. And of course, another thing that you really want to focus on when it comes to healing is hydration. Our bodies are almost completely electrical, and water is a conductor of electricity. There's a reason why not only we are about 70 to 75% water, but so is the earth. So you want to be hydrating as much as you possibly can to get all of that electricity moving and going, and that's what's going to, again, help that body heal. You want to be working for your body so your body can work for you. Stay hydrated. So the next and last tip is going to be supplementation. Now, you don't need supplements in any way. It's not an absolute necessity, but it can definitely help to just give your body that extra support. And there's a lot of different vitamins and minerals that help you heal. A few of my favorite are one called Extreme Joint Care by Nutribio, and it just has all these different vitamins, minerals to help your body heal and regenerate. So what better supplementation is that? And also I recommend taking some sort of vitamin C, because the more that you can support your immune system, the more that your body's going to be able to heal. Because the healing and regenerating is very strongly connected to your immune system. So really up the vitamin C and get some sort of joint regeneration supplement. I'll leave the links of the ones that I use in the description below, and you can check those out, and I'll even give you a little bit of a discount. That gives me a little credit as well. That helps me do this channel. And it's no extra charge to you. You actually save money by using the code. Alright guys, I really hope this video helped in some way. If it did, or if you know somebody that is going through some sort of injury, think about giving this video a share, because the stronger that we can make others, the stronger we can be, and the stronger we can all be together. So let's all help heal as a planet and heal as a human, and that's when we can really start reaching our full potential. And that's really what my big project is about that I was talking about a little bit earlier, is I've kind of put in everything that I've learned throughout my whole life into a 6-week course that's going to be releasing soon, maybe by the time you see this, on my website at www.thewillgrant.com. So if you have not checked out my website already, think about doing that. I'm putting out so much new and fresh content on there almost on a daily basis. So thanks again. If you haven't already, give this video a big old fat thumbs up and think about subscribing. All right, see you next week.